All right, guys, welcome back to the Creators Lunch Table. And we are fired up because today we've got another question that came in from one of you. And if you're wondering, how do you submit one of your questions? It's very simple. Scotty, how do they do it?
If they go to speakpipe.com/live video school, I'll actually put it right down in the description. You can click on that. 90 seconds you got to give us a message. 90 seconds.
Not a second more.
No.
90 you can try, but you won't be recorded. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So get that message sent to us, and then hopefully on an upcoming episode, we'll be able to go over this.
Make sure that you put your channel in there because some of you have been leaving out your channels, and we'll give you a little shout out here on our channel.
Free shout out.
Free shout out. Not charging anything. Just watch the video. Give us a little bit of retention.
All right. Why you hit that?
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the message, and we're going to listen. And this one is from Brooke. Thank you, Brooke, for submitting your question. Here we go.
Hey, Scott and Scotty, thanks so much for all your content and doing these podcast Q&A episodes. It's really cool. My name is Brooke, and I want to start a brand new travel brand and YouTube channel. I've worked in the travel industry my entire career. I know a lot about it. I've traveled all over the world, every continent, over 70 countries, and so I have a lot of experience and expertise to share. Now, I previously had a business in the study abroad industry, and where you help students study abroad during college. And I had a podcast around that, and I hosted the videos of the podcast over on YouTube. And so I have a channel on YouTube focused on study abroad that has about 350 subscribers. I haven't posted anything to that for over 3 years at this point, and I have no plans to revive that brand or podcast. And so my question is, do you think I could rebrand that existing channel that's focused on study abroad to this new brand called The Travel Confessions, and sort of take it in the direction of sort of general travel, not just study abroad? I love your thoughts on this. I can also start a brand new channel, but I just want to know what you have to say. Thanks. Bye.
Perfect. Wow. Okay, so you've been to a lot of different countries. That's amazing.
I'm a little jealous, actually.
Yeah, little jealous.
Yeah.
But so in there, though, she was asking if she could not even revive, but could she take what she wants to start and start over on the existing channel? Mm-hmm. But in one thing, she was saying she has no plans to revive that business or that brand with the podcast and thing. That's, I think, with what we're talking about there.
Correct.
So here's what we have. We have a channel that's been seasoned by YouTube, but if you go into, now here's something you guys can do too. We actually just taught this in our 1K collective, which is basically where if you go into your inspiration tab, okay, go into content, inspiration, and then from there, you're going to see what YouTube is going to suggest you can create content about. Mm-hmm. This will tell you what the channel or what YouTube thinks the channel is about right now.
Yep.
Now, here's the thing, and we did this on our brand creators channel. It took some time, but I do believe it was worth it. Mm-hmm. Is if you're going to start over, you rebrand. So you basically, new header, new name, you start over with the name, the content, you don't get rid of it. And in this case, I don't even know that I would get rid of the content because it's still about travel. It's just, it could be a sub niche.
Yep.
In the travel space. Yep. So I honestly think like you might have a head start because you've already been talking about travel, but now we're just talking about a different situation or a different traveling confessions, which I love that name. It's a good name.
Yeah.
So I think personally, I would just start over, but almost like pretend like you're starting over, but you have a seasoned account, but I would just start going really, really hard on the content that you want to produce and really try to get just super niche focused there. The study abroad stuff, I think I would leave it unless you feel like if people come over, they might ask questions about that and you're not doing it anymore, maybe. Yeah. Then I wouldn't delete them. Just I would archive them. I would archive them, just unlist them and be done with it. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think especially because we're talking 3 years old, right? Yep. So and apparently like inactive, right? Not using it at all, right? So I don't even know personally if that video or that channel is even getting any of the old push. It might be brand new still in the sense of YouTube doesn't know the content because you haven't used it in 3 years.
Right.
So you could be starting like you would start a brand new channel same way. But I think it's so closely like the two different
they're aligned
businesses are
together,
pretty
yeah.
lined up pretty good. So I don't think you really need to start a new channel. I think you might as well. You already have 350. You know, you're a quarter of the way to getting your 1,000 for monetization. Why not
Good
keep
point.
that, rebrand it, and then just like we talked about, it doesn't matter if it's a new channel, old channel. Like there's no such thing as really a dead channel. It's more of it might be in the wrong content. So if you need to switch your content, like we talked about, rebrand everything, and then literally just give as much information to YouTube as you can of what your new niche is or your new business or whatever, and just keep pounding that for about a couple months. And then you should be way back into the algorithm where it's like, okay, I know exactly what your content's about. And I think, again, because the channel's 3 years old, I really personally don't think that it's going to hurt to change it. And I don't think you're not going to get growth now. I think it's going to take maybe a month, but as long as you put content consistently, and I'm saying, depending on how much time you have, if you can do 2 to 3 videos a week, I think there's no reason in a month and a half that you can't, not saying you're going to get drastic change of views, but you're going to get more understood by YouTube of who you're trying to target. And you'll start getting pushed in front of the right audience.
Yeah. And I'm going to give her and whoever else is watching that's in this situation, I'll give you a little 30-day plan, right? So what I would like to see you do is figure out and doing your research to see other travel channels and see what areas are resonating with the audience that you want. And then I would go ahead and start going down that road. I would definitely want to be using outlier titles. Little shameless plug here for our little hooks guide that we have. We have 10 of our top titles that have performed really well. They're outliers, and you can pretty much plug them in. So I would definitely recommend getting that. Brooke, you can go ahead and get it if you don't have it already. Just put hooks in the comments and we'll send you a copy of that. Once again, that's hooks in the comments and we'll send you that. But that's what I would do. A minimum of 4 for the next 30 days.
Yeah.
1 a week, okay? Outlier title, good thumbnail, good opening hook. Those are the 3 things that we got to be focusing on. Title, thumbnail, front end hook, meaning the intro, right? And if it's something that you're talking about, maybe a certain country that people are going to be going to, and you're going to go really, really hard as far as helping people know about that country and what they need to know to get to that country or whatever the travel stuff is, you just got to keep pumping out content. And then the other thing I would do is then after maybe a month, go into your inspiration tab and see if you're starting to be suggested like, hey, you should do something on this. And you're like, oh, I did a video on that or around that. Yeah. And then that way there you can kind of
and you'll also notice that too from the impressions, right? So like if you notice probably early on, you're not going to get a lot of impressions out the gate. Maybe you do, but you probably won't. And when I say a lot, I'm saying at least 1,000. Check at the end of that 30 days. If you start getting 1,000 in the first day, you know you're starting to get pushed to the right audience, or you're getting pushed out enough. It might not be the correct audience for you, but it might be you're getting pushed by YouTube, knowing that YouTube knows a little bit about your content, which again, then you go to the inspiration tab, check that out and all that. And actually this is perfect for you or anyone else. If you're in the same situation, or if you're looking to start new, we actually have our 100K roadmap, which I think if they follow that, or if she follows that,
100%.
I think it's perfect, because even though you've had a channel before, we still need to build that audience first, right? And that's what you're doing, whether it's an old channel or a new channel, you're building that audience. And our 100K roadmap goes through everything, starting from building the audience, right? So building that relationship, and then obviously the money and all that afterwards, right? So comment 100K down below if you want that. We will send you that as well.
Free guide, by the way.
Free guide.
18 pages.
Whoa!
Look at that. All right, we're going to wrap this one up. Listen, if you would like to have a question answered here, send us a little voicemail. Head on over to speakpipe.com/live video school. Once again, that is speakpipe.com/live video school. And yeah, so guys, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. As always, remember, we're here for you.
We believe in you.
We're rooting for you.
But you have to.
You must say it with me, say it loud, say it proud. Take action. All right.
All right, little disclosure right here.
Let's stop right here.
Okay, if you stayed, maybe you remember last week.
Yeah.
Talked about rubber ducky.
Yeah.
If you don't, go check out that episode. But if you are still here, what's the word you wanted to go with today if they stayed to the end?
Okay, we're at the lunch table right now.
Yeah, we're here.
If you're at the lunch table, that means that you've stayed to the end. And that means you're in. You're at the table.
You're in the club.
You're in the club. You're at the table. Come on over. Hang out with us, right? Why don't you go grab me a ring ding?
Ring ding.
Ring ding is the keyword today that I want you to put in the comment. That means that you stayed to the end, and that means that you brought me a ring ding over here from the concession. over there.
What was it, 50 cents? Something like
Gosh, maybe. Look at you like that. 50 cents. You're all like excited.
that? I want a ring ding.
All right. So listen, that's what we're doing here. I don't know why we're doing it. We're just having a little fun. And last time we did it with the keyword was rubber ducky.
And the funny thing about that, guys, is we wanted to see how many people stayed to the end. I'm not joking. We had over 40 comments of rubber ducky. I know so many people in the comments who didn't know about it or didn't watch to the end. Were like, what are they talking about? Why are they commenting rubber ducky? They probably thought it was a bot the whole time.
Yeah. All right. Awesome. So, hey, listen, I don't know what else we're going to say here, but hey, we'll see.
Ring ding. Put it in the comments.
Ring ding. We'll see you in the next episode.